I'll bet you something. If you're voting for Zoran, you're probably young and rich, like very well to do, or you moved to New York City in the past 10 years, like you're not from here. Those are his two biggest voting blocks. And the way he's getting those votes is he's selling a scam of a dream. He's saying he's going to make New York City more affordable for the very people that are from here or immigrants or those struggling. And he's going to do that by making buses fast and free and freezing the rent, which will not do shit for making housing more affordable or inclusive or anything of the sort. If you want to vote for him because he makes a cuter Instagram video, do it. If you want to vote for him because Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo are creeps, do it. But if you want to say, for the love of God, that he is a moral person, that he is not spitting straight up bullshit to get a vote in a policy that he knows isn't going to work, then what the hell are you doing?
It's getting very serious in New York City for a lot of people. New Yorkers are now hitting the streets to fight back against what many call communism, socialism. Now, there is a video circling around as to the Democratic Socialists of New York City. Many different people believe that there is a disconnect between Zohran Mamdani and real New Yorkers, everyday New Yorkers. Many different people also believe that there is a connect between Zohran and everyday New Yorkers. But these New Yorkers decided to hit the streets and warn America about what's about to happen in New York City. They even actually called on Trump to ban Sharia law. So what is actually going on here? Is this an effort from New Yorkers, or is this an effort from the rest of the country to stop this from happening? Now, there are many ways that they can stop from happening, by the way. I'll tell you guys more about it. But first, let's actually take a look at what's going on in New York City. Why did some of these New Yorkers take the streets against Zoran Mamdani?
Our churches! New York City will not have communism! We will not elect a communist mayor! Cuomo for mayor of New York City! If you don't vote for Cuomo, you can't vote for mayor!
He is a liar! His religion allows him to lie! Wait till he gets into
New York City will not have communism! No to communism!
United!
America!
America! America! USA!
So that happened, right? And then that same guy who I've seen before, met him in person before, actually. This guy right here said something like this. Now, this right here, I thought was the most important part. There's a lot of people that argue Islamophobia. I don't even know what that means for real, because if you believe in your religion, right? If you believe in Christianity, if you believe in the Bible, if you're any other religion but Christian, then you would stand against Islam. You would stand against really Jews as well, religion-wise, if you believe in things that you say you believe in, because Jesus Christ is the Messiah. Jesus Christ is God. Now, you might not believe that. Some people might be atheists. They might not believe that at all. But as a Christian, you really don't stand with any other religion, right? Other than Jesus Christ, the Christianity, following him. He is the law of Moses. So a lot of people, for me, I think that's where it stems from. Some other people in the country believe that that is Islamophobia. Again, let's just have a debate about it. We could actually debate about what people think is okay versus what people think is not okay. But there have been, and there is, a huge shift in the United States of America, that a lot of Christians believe that Muslims are here to not take part, but take over. Take a listen.
In America, I asked President Donald J. Trump to ban Sharia law in America, in Puerto Rico, and across all U.S. territories.
You don't like our laws? Get the fuck out of America!
Assimilate or leave. This is not hate. What we say is with truth and love. We will not be silent. You will not use the Constitution against us. You will not use your religion against us. Practice your religion, but it's not going to supersede America, the Constitution, and the people that we are. We love the melting pot. This is America, and it's going to stay that way. If you can't assimilate, you got to go. That's it. You got to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
No communism! No to communism! No to communism!
No
Wow, things are getting pretty intense in New York City as people are bracing for impact as to what is about to happen. One of the worst parts about this is the fact that Como, it's Como. If it was anybody else, maybe we would have New York City would have a fighting chance here. But Cuomo, I'm sorry. I really dislike him. I dislike everything he's ever done. We've seen him in action, and we know what that is. I wish that he would drop out and endorse Curtis Lewa. I wish that Curtis Lewa was the guy to go against Mamdani. I think he would have a better chance. But again, ladies and gentlemen, there is just a huge disconnect between Christians, between everyday New Yorkers, between young New Yorkers, young people that believe that police don't and shouldn't have a role, that believe that police job is bad for America. I mean, it's just so much back and forth right now between a lot of people. And the people, obviously, that came out here are protesting the fact that this is the beginning of something that America is not ready for. Assimilate was what he was screaming out. Assimilate or leave. That means that New York and the rest of America is really a melting pot, right? Of assimilation, of culture, constitution, right? Some people have different types of culture backgrounds, but still everybody's American. Everybody puts their hand on their chest to say the Pledge of Allegiance. So there is some type of form that is happening that people believe is beginning to go away. And even people like that gentleman screaming, hey, you either get with the program or you don't. But it goes back to what people actually believe. Muslims in America are not here to take part. They're here to take over. Now, that may be or maybe not true, but that's what they're screaming right now. And let's actually go to some damning evidence right here. Because I saw this and I thought that this was crazy. So DSA, Democratic Socialists of America, I think that's what it is, DSA. I want to make sure that I get it right because this is the Democrat Socialists. These are the people that I believe are behind the agenda of what it is that they want to do. And what they caught them doing was, it was excellent statement that we're proud to add to our name, Free Elias Rodriguez. This is coming from the DSA Liberation Caucus that backs, of course, Zoran Mamdani. They say the Palestinian struggle is the tip of the spear against global imperialism. As imperialism has made the entire world its battlefield, it is justified to fight it by any means necessary without regard for geography. This holds especially true for those of us struggling behind enemy lines inside the U.S. and an entity that is an equal party in all crimes committed by the Zionists, whether they reside the Gaza Strip or Red Sea, or so you guys get where I'm going with this, right? Free Elias Rodriguez. Who is Elias Rodriguez? Elias Rodriguez. Zoran Mamdani's Democrat Socialists of America signed on to the statement calling to release Elias Rodriguez, the terrorist who executed 2 Jews in Washington, D.C. Remember that? Remember when the guy, he was just standing there after he took the life of the 2 Jews behind the Free Palestine movement? That is who they're backing. Again, this is what's happening here. A lot of people are beginning to see and put together the footages, the tweets of who these people are. So Mamdani's hostile takeover leaked video reveals Mamdani and Democrat Socialists of America real agenda. We hate the Democratic Party. They hate their own party. We need to orient ourselves toward insurrection. So again, this goes down to breaking down the entire system. What is it that they want to do? What is it that Zoran really wants to do? It's a takeover. In order to get rid of capitalism, in order to get rid of the system that already exists, you have to break it down. And usually what this really means is you have to do it by any means necessary, even if it's violence. Well, if you don't believe me, take a look.
It's no secret that the Democratic Socialists of America hate the Democratic Party.
I think we're all on the same page that we hate the Democratic Party.
The Democratic Party is not really our friend. It isn't.
So why are the DSA such major players in the Democratic Party? This odd relationship can be understood with the cuckoo analogy. In nature, the cuckoo survives by trickery. It lays its egg in another bird's nest. The unsuspecting parents raise the imposter as their own until the cuckoo grows strong enough to push the true chicks out. The DSA is the cuckoo inside the Democratic Party.
DSA is not the Democratic Party.
We must separate ourselves from the toxic Democratic Party.
We can put forward a clear, aggressive, principled strategy that pushes back against the Democratic leadership and the Democratic Party as a whole.
DSA candidates run as Democrats in safe blue districts. They slip through low turnout primaries. And once inside, they use the Democratic label as camouflage while advancing an extremist anti-American agenda far beyond the party's mainstream.
I don't agree with the Democratic Party, but it's a great tool.
The Democratic is a tool that we use.
Once in office, DSA candidates take orders from DSA's internal enforcers and working groups. City halls and state houses start running as socialist machines.
A sea of white people, white liberals, one black dude. Let me see. A couple black dudes, actually. So these are the people who are the Democratic Socialists of America. They want to implement socialism back, well, not back, but in America. So we'll break down the system by using the Democratic Party. Interesting.
Controlled by the organization, not the Democratic Party, and certainly not voters.
They have to have a connection with DSA's internal politics, and they have to be committed to the eventual goal of building a separate entity from the Democrats.
DSA are revolutionaries, and the Democrats are their first victims. And in city after city, DSA victories prove their plan works.
I think that the model that we used in New York is 100% replicatable.
And just like the cuckoo, once the DSA grows strong, it pushes the true Democrats out, hollowing the party from within,
building towards political independence and tearing apart the Democratic Party.
The DSA is not here to strengthen the Democratic Party. It is here to consume it.
We're not here to make the Democrats a little bit better. We're here to actually enact socialism. And socialism is not just better capitalism. It's overthrowing the entire capitalist state.
Damn! I told you. Look, man. The rise of people like Hassan Piker, the rise of Zoron, the rise of people, especially the young ones, captivated by this. I was captivated by Bernie Sanders at a very young age. I was going to vote for him. I actually didn't vote at all 2016, but that agenda seemed like the right agenda, in my opinion. So you see what's going on here. So this video came out yesterday. A lot of people are sharing it, and it basically speaks about what's actually happening inside. There was, I think Steve Bannon spoke about the Bolsheviks, spoke about their Bolshevik revolutionaries. That's what Zoran is. They're not here to take part. They're here to take over. They're not here to assimilate. They're here to run the program the way that they want to and implement exactly what they feel is the right way to live, the right way to live life. Capitalism is not it, right? In their eyes. So that's what's happening. That's why you see people taking the streets and then becoming radical, right? Saying some very strong statements about the other side's religion, because they feel that through that is how you get people to fall in love, how you get people to love. It's also how you get people to not love so much. But you guys get where I'm going with this, right? People are ringing the bell. This guy's victory does mean New York City is headed toward socialism. It just is. It's headed toward that. That is the foundation of it. What's next? Who's next? Democratic Socialists. Who knows about this? Who's standing up against it? Is there someone trying to stop this sort of revolution? I don't know. I really don't know. I think a lot of young people, they're sick and tired of. I'm going to say something, and I hope you guys made it toward the end of this video. I don't know who to blame for this. I really don't. But when these kids see that America is as rich as it is, and people are struggling the way that they are, and they just feel like there is no hope for them and their future because of what people that came before them did, this is what the result of this has become. I'm not pointing a finger at boomers. I'm not pointing a finger at everybody. Sometimes I will. But this is what accountability looks like right now. When a whole bunch of people feel helpless, a whole bunch of people feel like there is nothing left, they become vulnerable. And this is where these ideas come. This is where the Democratic Socialists of America, this is where socialism, communism, every other idea comes, and people organize and they say, you know what? F it. What do I have to lose? Nothing. That's what's happening. I know this. 28 years old, so I could tell you very well. But New Yorkers rise against New Yorkers. And again, like the people that are voting for Zoran, they're not. I don't see the hood voting for this guy for real. I see people really trying to grasp to Curtis Sliwa, but I think Governor Cuomo is the one really standing in the way. I really do. I think Cuomo is standing in the way of Sliwa. I think Sliwa will have a better chance running against Zoran, in my opinion. But again, I could be wrong. Maybe Curtis Sliwa drops out and Cuomo wins. Who knows? But as of right now, it looks like Zoran is going to be the winner. Now, the polls might say otherwise as far as how close it is. But ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There you have it. See you guys on the next one.